Well, hey guys, and welcome to Aussie Tech Gaming. As you should all know, I'm a bit of a racing car fan, especially Gran Turismo series. I've played every single one since the first, and I really do enjoy Gran Turismo Sport, which you can see the kind of like a video mode running in the background with my GoPro sponsored Toyota 86, which is one of my favourite cars. And watch the new information from Sony about the new state of play, I think they call it. I'll put a link down below to that. But the state of play of Gran Turismo 7, and a lot of it really does look good. The weather effects, the rendering, the ray tracing and stuff like that on the PlayStation 5. I do have a PlayStation 5 and I was very lucky to get hold of one. And I do find that Gran Turismo Sport even runs better on that than on my PS4 Pro that I used to have. And a lot of the features in Gran Turismo 7 are looking really good, but I do have some major concerns. It still doesn't look like there's any kind of car damage, which I can understand some of the manufacturers having a bit of a problem with that. But when you've got it in all the other sims, just not having that in this, I think, is a mistake, and I'll come to a reason for that a little bit after. But some aspects of what I'm seeing from Gran Turismo 7, it just feels like an update from Gran Turismo Sport. And it makes me think that really Gran Turismo Sports turned out to be like Gran Turismo 5 Prologue. Now that came out on the PlayStation 3 before, of course, the full Gran Turismo 5 A-Spec, I think they called it. And it was like a cut-down version of the full game, very limited. And yeah, I loved Gran Turismo 5. I remember getting that with Infinite Retro, and we both got the collector's editions and did the unboxing together at his place. That was awesome, some great memories there. And I love that. Then near the end of the PS3's lifespan, they came out with Gran Turismo 6, which just felt weird for me, because the PS4 was just released, and they released Gran Turismo 6 right at the end of the PS3's lifeline, and I just think if they just spent a little bit longer and done that for Gran Turismo for PlayStation 4, it would have been better. But that's the way it is. Gran Turismo Sport came out, which is more aimed towards the online racing aspect, and it was definitely bare bones when it first came out. Really no real career mode and stuff like that. They added more to that over time, but there's an aspect in Gran Turismo that has always kind of been there, and that's the only way to say it is awful AI. I can put the AI to the hardest level. I can give them half a lap head start on me, say at the Nürburgring, and in one lap I can still beat them all. And that's what I'm seeing from a lot of the videos of Gran Turismo 7. The AI of the cars still look like they're just driving on a preset. They're slow. During the presentation, you will see, if you watch the link down below of State of Play, they show off the really cool feature for replay. Apparently changing it can be varied depending on the music you play. Okay, that's interesting. But when they were showing that off, all I could see was how slow the AI was. The car was just driving past and the AI were just kind of like, hey, are they stuck in third gear while you can go to fourth and fifth? And it really did not show the game off very well to me. The replays look okay, but the AI, I think, still going to be big step behind in Gran Turismo. And not much information was given about the racing side. I think they're going to basically incorporate Gran Turismo Sport within Gran Turismo 7. And that comes up to my point that I have a problem with Gran Turismo Sport, actually, and it's the online side of things, because recently in Gran Turismo Sport, they turned off penalties for contact. You still got penalties if you cut a corner or hit the wall, and that was even, sometimes you hit a wall and you're slower, you still get a penalty, and I think the penalty system in that area is already bad. But also the penalty when hitting another car was awful. You'd get hit from someone from behind and you hit the person in front. The person that's hit you from behind doesn't get a penalty, but you do. Sometimes you just get bumped, or you just slightly tap someone and you get a penalty. And I just think the system, that the way that they do it is wrong. What I would like to see them do, and this comes back to that damage modelling I spoke about before, was the fact that you don't have any car damage. And online racing, I think people will take more care if they're going to damage their own car and not drive as stupid as some of the people do. Especially now that they've got contact penalties, it's just like people are ramming everyone off and doing all these stupid things, and they're not getting penalised for it. Now the penalty should be that you hit someone, you damage your car, bam, there you go. You've ruined your race. Yes, you may have ruined the other person's race, but you've basically ruined it anyway. Either way, but at least if you're going to damage your car, there's less chances of people doing stupid moves. And look, it doesn't have to be in all the races. So you could, in the lower ranked tiers, they could have no damage on. Of course, you've got a lot of learners and stuff like that. But you should also have some servers that allow it, even for the lower ranks. And for the higher ranks, yeah, it could be one of the options for the servers to have a choice of have damage or no damage. But you have to accept that if you have no damage, you're going to be a target for these people that just love to use you as their breaking point. But it's not easy. I can understand the technology to do that, but when they skive in this state of play about the weather effects and how it's all simulating with everything, which is really awesome, but I just think other areas, especially for the online racing, could do with some good fine-tuning. What I from state of play again, I'm a bit worried about the AI in the game. It's looking pretty good. I think it's only got 34 tracks, but they are saying more tracks to come in the future. Whether that will be free or by DLC, I don't mind if it's DLC, if it's a lot, you get good value for your money. Otherwise, it's been great how we got a lot more new tracks and cars added to Gran Turismo Sport over its lifespan. So we may see a lot of that on Gran Turismo 7. I do have a feeling that we may see DLC at some point in Gran Turismo 7. And I'm not, as long as it's done well, it's not going to be a bad value. A lot of the other aspects look really awesome. The rain effects and how the tracks can dry and change and stuff like that. That's looking very promising. And I just hope they get their rain modelling done, handling and stuff like that done. Because in Gran Turismo 7, in the rain, it's just awful. Just try and go for a drive at Spa recently in one of the daily races where it was rain in GT3 cars. Well, not GT3, GR3s, effectively GT3 cars. And it was just, it wasn't fun. It was just those who could handle their car the most. But I do think the game is looking really good. The worry is a bit, and I can understand why they've also doing a PS4 version, because people are still struggling to get their hands on the PS5. So it could really damage their user base. But the concerns is the PS5 version being held back? Because basically the same game has to be able to run on the PS4. And will PS4 owners be able to race with PS5 owners? And there's a lot there still to be seen. But I think the prospects are looking pretty good. So yeah, let me know what you think of State of Play. Again, the link will be down below. And let me know what you're looking forward to most in Gran Turismo 7. I'm Ian. This is Aussie Tech Gaming. Catch you in a future video.